The night on Krillix Prime wasn't silent. It was alive with low growls, shifting shadows, and death itself. 6 towering alien wolves, their fur glowing faintly blue, closed in on a trembling little human girl. No weapons, no armor. Just fear. The slavers who left her there were certain she'd be torn apart within minutes. But as the beasts circled closer, something strange happened. The child stopped crying. And in that heartbeat, the deadliest predators in the galaxy met something even more dangerous: human compassion. Hey there. Welcome back to our channel where we dive into the most unbelievable moments in human history, real or imagined. If you love stories that make you proud to be human, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow HFY fans. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one, because what this little girl does next, it changes everything. The jungles of Krillix Prime whispered with alien hunger. 6 colossal wolves, the Krillian hunting pack, moved like shadows across the bioluminescent undergrowth. Their bodies rippled with muscle, their fur shimmering blue under the twin moons. Each exhale carried the stench of raw power and acid saliva. At the center of their tightening circle was a human child, 7-year-old Emma Rodriguez. Dirt streaked her cheeks, her torn dress clung to her like a ghost of home. She didn't belong here, and everyone knew it, especially the slavers who had dumped her on this death world 3 hours ago. Punishment, they called it, for biting one of them. The wolves drew closer. Their leader, a massive scarred female with one broken fang, lowered her head and sniffed. Emma's heart hammered. She could hear it, that deep, vibrating growl that rattled her bones. There was no escape, no one coming. And yet, as the leader's eyes met hers, something flickered behind Emma's terror. Something ancient. Her breath steadied, her tears stopped. She looked up at the towering predator and whispered 2 words that would rewrite alien history. Good doggy. For a heartbeat, the jungle froze. Even the insects stopped humming. 6 apex predators, each capable of tearing through steel, just stared. The little human had spoken to them, not screamed, not begged, but spoken, as if greeting an old friend. The pack leader tilted her massive head, confused. Her 6 eyes glowed faintly, tracking the trembling movement of Emma's hand as it slowly reached out. Every instinct in the beast screamed, kill. The prey was weak, fragile, easy. But beneath that fear scent was something strange. Warmth, familiarity, a spark she didn't understand. Emma's tiny fingers hovered inches from the creature's muzzle. Her brain screamed, don't do it. Yet her heart whispered something older than language. Trust. The wolf inhaled deeply. Humans smelled different. Not like prey, not like predators. Something in between. A paradox wrapped in innocence and defiance. Emma's fingertips brushed the beast's nose. The world seemed to hold its breath. No claws, no fangs, just a single touch. And for the first time in recorded history, the deadliest predator on Krillix Prime didn't strike. It leaned closer. The little girl smiled through her tears. See? You're not so scary after all. It began with a sound no xenobiologist had ever heard, a low, uncertain whine from the pack leader. The others shifted restlessly, their eyes flicking between Emma and their alpha, unsure whether to attack or submit. Emma's voice trembled, but her courage held. It's okay, I won't hurt you. She took another small step forward, her hand now resting against the creature's warm snout. The alien wolf inhaled her scent again. Fear, yes, but beneath it something older, something that resonated deep within its genetic memory. Humans had done this before. Long ago, on a world called Earth, their ancestors had looked into the eyes of wolves and seen not monsters, but possibilities. The same fire burned now, flickering in the eyes of a little girl on a distant planet. One by one, the Krillian pack lowered their heads. Emma moved between them, whispering softly, touching their glowing fur. Her voice calmed them, her warmth disarmed them. When she finally leaned against the alpha's massive shoulder, the beast did something no scientist would ever believe. It wagged its tail. That night, under the blue moons of Krillix Prime, the wildest predators in the galaxy gained something new. A pack leader named Emma. Hours passed. The jungle slept uneasily. But when the slaver ship roared back through the clouds, peace shattered like glass. The Zeltheran crew expected to find bones, a shredded dress, maybe a bloodstain. They joked about it as the shuttle descended, weapons ready, laughter echoing through the comms. But laughter turned to silence the moment the ramp touched down. There she was, Emma, sitting atop the massive Krillian Alpha, her small hands tangled in glowing blue fur. Around her stood the rest of the pack, 6 apex predators, watching, waiting. The slavers froze. The Alpha growled, a sound so deep it cracked the shuttle's outer plating. Then, without a signal, the pack attacked. It wasn't chaos, it was strategy. Perfect coordinated strikes honed by millennia of hunting. One wolf leapt through the gunfire, another ripped through armor like paper. Emma didn't scream. She covered her ears and whispered softly, "It's okay, Shadow. It's K." Minutes later, the clearing fell silent again. The ship burned. The wolves stood guard around the girl. Tectors now, not predators. When humanity later heard the story, the galaxy learned a terrifying truth. Humans don't just survive monsters. Sometimes they tame them. 3 months later, a human rescue ship pierced the crimson skies of Krillix Prime. The soldiers expected carnage, remains of a child lost to alien beasts. What they found instead left even hardened veterans speechless. Emma Rodriguez stood in a cave entrance, surrounded by 6 massive Krillian wolves. They brushed against her gently, protectively, as if she were one of them. She waved shyly when the humans approached, clutching a piece of fur like a cherished blanket. Dr. Sarah Chen, the xenobiologist who led the retrieval, was the first to speak. "This shouldn't be possible," she whispered, scanning the wolves. Neural scans showed something extraordinary. The beginnings of domestication. Their brains had literally rewired themselves to bond with a human child. Her final report shook the Galactic Science Council. Human empathy isn't learned, it's encoded. Given time and reason, humans will try to befriend anything, and sometimes they succeed. When Emma left, the Alpha, Shadow, howled at the stars for days. Across the galaxy, that story spread. The species that smiled at monsters, that turned predators into protectors, had a new name whispered in fear and awe alike. Humanity, the friend-makers of the impossible. And that, my friends, is how one little girl reminded the universe who we really are. Not conquerors, not victims, but bridge builders. The species that shakes hands with nightmares. If you loved this story, drop a like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow HFY fans. Until next time, stay human, stay curious, and stay legendary.